Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Daz and Spaz podcast.
I'm Daz.
And I'm Spaz.
Yes,
so Daz and I have been friends for about a year now, and he and I both have YouTube channels.
Yeah, we've been doing this for, well, I started mine in November 15. You were around.
Yeah, a year later. Like, almost exactly a year later, it seems like. So, we thought we'd...
So we've been friends for about, what, a year and a half now?
Yeah, it's
something like
just
that?
about... Yeah, it's been quite some time, but we have some really great conversations over Skype, and we thought, why keep it to ourselves?
Yeah, because it's just something a bit different, isn't it? And people usually think of us as quite intelligent people, so why not?
I'd like to think we're intelligent.
I'd like to think we're intelligent. And now people will be able to decide for themselves if we're intelligent or not.
We're going to get some hate comments, I bet, because we're not.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So this is going to get pretty deep pretty quick. We're going to start with something very simple, but there's no telling where it'll go with us.
We start a non-serious conversation about the colour of snot or something, and it always goes deep somehow with us.
Yeah, we end up on the meaning of life and why we're here.
Nine times out of 10 it goes to there.
But it's really fun, so we definitely wanted to share it with the public, and if you have any suggestions as to what we should talk about, go ahead and leave it below, and we'll consider it.
Standard your channel style.
Right.
Up to you what we talk about.
Right, and I'm definitely good with talking about what the viewers want to hear about.
Yeah.
So long as it doesn't,
Well, that's what YouTube's all about.
Anything too controversial, but
no,
we're gonna make this.
We don't have to put ourselves into trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna make this as uncut and as unfiltered as we possibly can.
Yeah, raw footage. So we will mess up.
We will
mess up. We will make ourselves look like tits on multiple occasions, more than likely. We will stutter, which is something that happens to me quite a lot because I talk very fast, as you probably noticed.
Yeah, I just say dumb things. So.
Yeah, that's why it's Daz and Spaz.
Right. So
and Kate's name, not mine. So before anyone starts hating on me, it wasn't my idea.
Yes, I came up with the idea of the podcast name. I just thought it was funny. We had a
cheesy intro. That was you as well.
That was me as well.
I'm Daz and I'm Spaz.
And
we should be on the radio.
We should. We would be an excellent radio duo, I think.
Oh yeah. Daz and Spaz. That'd go down well.
I think it's great. But yeah, I came up with that. So nobody give Daz any hate for calling me a Spaz.
No,
it's
please,
me. I know I'm a Spaz.
Yeah, you're allowed to call yourself a Spaz. I can't
am.
call you a Spaz, otherwise that'd be hatred towards you.
I don't care. But anyway, I think this episode we're going to go ahead and start talking about something very simple. Since we are both gaming channels, basically.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about our favorite games and ask each other, a couple questions about it. Maybe figure out, why the other likes it, and just kind of start from there, and we'll see where it goes.
Woo! My printer just went off. Hang on, let me turn it off.
Uncut. Raw footage.
Just keep, uncut. It's still
uncut.
Going. Right,
raw
there
footage.
We go. Technical difficulties, they come and go. Okay.
I like it. It kind of it humanizes us,
It does.
We're not big or anything, but I mean, I feel like people look at YouTubers as a whole and they think, well, wow, they're like superhumans. Like, how do they do that? Or like,
either that they got no life at all.
Yeah, right.
which is wrong. I'm running a business in the background, and I don't have I work 7 hours, 8:30 to bloody 4:30 every day.
You're very hard.
So we've got normal lives.
Yeah, and I've got 2 jobs, taking care of an elderly woman and a disabled child. So
yeah,
I'm
we
always
just do this
busy
for fun.
working hard. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I think this is really good for not only our channels, but like the both of us.
Yeah.
And this first one is going to go up on both of our channels, and then starting after that, we will alternate.
And I didn't have to do Daz's. And I didn't have to do my usual intro, which is nice, and hopefully I won't have to do my outro because that thing is long and fast.
No, we won't. We won't have to do that. I know that's a struggle. I remember the episode of what was it, Draw My Thing, where I
oh, you had to do it for me.
Or was it I Sketch? That's right. Yeah, and I had to do it for you, and you had to try to do something for me, and it was like a terrible southern accent.
Well, gee, guys, I'm Kate. Thanks for what.
Well, slap my belly button.
I can't remember. It was something like that.
Well, slap my belly button and call me Bessie.
Something like that. It was something like that.
That was too long ago. That was about.
You'll have to go look at our I Sketch videos.
9-10 months ago.
Find it.
Okay, hello? Technical difficulties, oh dear, I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Great. Good. Well. Caitlin? Hello. Hello. I can't hear you. If you're probably talking in the background, replying to me, and I can't hear you. Oh, great. Well, let's try that again. All right, what happened?
I have no idea the call dropped, but we can.
I'm still recording.
I am as well.
Okay, let's just keep going.
Sounds good. Okay. So.
What were we talking about again?
Our favorite video games. So
Our favorite video games.
Why don't you start us off and tell me one of your favorites? It doesn't have to be in order. Just what is one of your favorite video games?
Well, those that are loyal to my channel and have watched many of my videos, especially my Gmod videos, will know what my favourite character is, and you're one of them. Mm-hmm. Who's my favourite game character of all time?
I know who that is. Did you want me to say it, or do you want to say it?
It's Spyro, the little purple dragon from Insomniac Games. I think it was Insomniac Games.
I believe so.
Yeah, very, very closely knitted with Naughty Dog's Crash Bandicoot for some reason. I don't know all the background on it. But yeah, Spyro, that's my favourite game series of all time. The first few were very good. I was playing them when I was younger, from Spyro the Dragon to Gateway to Glimmer, and the third one I never played. I never played the third one, which was a PS1 game. But actually, quite recently, I found it on eBay, so I bought it and I gave it again. I'm talking about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And I played it and I thought, bloody hell, yeah, I can see all the hype about it, 'cause it was very good. It combined multiple mechanics from the first and second game and added a few extra, so it was very good. But my favourite Spyro games are the three in the middle, the Legend of Spyros, where he was voiced by Elijah Wood.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah,
I love
was it
Elijah
Frodo?
Wood. Yeah,
Is it
Frodo. My freshman year of high school,
yeah.
everybody told me that I looked like Frodo from Lord of the Rings.
The thing is, many people hate those three games, the three Spyro, Legend of Spyro games. They say it ruins the concept of it, but to be honest, I thought they were brilliant. Just in terms of, the story was good, I think. If you played all the three games, there's a story to it, but the character they came up with, combined with the the personality, the voice, and the setting and everything, it was perfectly intermingled. Everybody's different, everyone likes different things, but for me, that was a perfect mix of voice, character relationships, everything. It had everything that I like in a game.
Yeah.
For me, they're the best games I've ever played.
I know that you love Spyro, and that's why for our art for the podcast, I created you a Spyro. I stuck to our old Gmod models. I'm sorry, I know
You've got the wrong Spyro. That's the old one. They're still very bloody good games, but they're not the ones that sold me on the character.
I'm so sorry, but
you got it right in, what was the one you did where you got it right?
When we did the Gmod that we did with Mr. Mark.
That's right, yeah.
When he was
you were Max.
Octodad and I was Max.
Octodad, squishy.
Yeah.
He was squishy.
Squishy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an interesting video.
I kind of liked it, but I know that you and I were mildly annoyed because we were trying to figure things out, and he just wanted to be silly. And
Mark, he's a nice guy, but he's
silly. He's very silly.
Whereas I'm more genuine. I'm just exactly how I am in real life.
And I do my best to be as well. I feel like I'm a little more cheery when I'm doing my videos, but that's because I'm happy.
You have to put on a slight act. You have to put on a slight act because YouTube's all about entertainment.
It is, yeah.
At the end of the day, so you have to. I mean, if you look back at my first videos, I was a boring fucker. But over time, you learn to develop not a character, but you put on
like a persona.
You just slightly exaggerate your reactions.
Yeah.
Not by much, not by enough to make it unreal, but just enough to get across what you're feeling in a more observable way.
I completely understand that, and I agree. I think that just doing YouTube videos just makes me feel like cheery, so I am cheery while I do them. But I'm not entertaining by any stretch of the imagination. I think I'm more entertaining when I'm just sitting here talking rather than when I'm like talking to myself, playing a game.
Yeah, well, I like to think I'm somewhat entertaining. I mean, the 248, as we're speaking, people seem to think so, which is nice.
I think you're very entertaining, but I mean, you're my best friend, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I have to think that, but at the same time, I thought you were entertaining
Everyone say "ah" in the comments and put a heart that says "ah, Kate."
Yeah.
Just why not? Because it's interacting for you.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah, Spyro.
Spyro for you. All right.
It's just
All right.
the voice of Elijah Wood fitted in perfectly, and the character that they made, the personality and all that, I think was dead perfect for what he should be in my eyes.
Adorable. I love Spyro.
Yeah, Sparks as well. The bloke that did him, David Spade, he was good.
Oh
with
yeah.
it. But
Okay.
in each of the 3 games, they did 3 different voices. It was David Spade, then it was the bloke that did Fry in Futurama.
I know. I don't remember his name, but I definitely remember the voice.
And then the 3rd one was Wayne Brady from Whose Lines It Anyway?
Oh no way! Oh no way! I love Wayne Brady.
Yeah, he's good. This is the guy that sings.
Yeah. Oh, I love him. He's hilarious.
And
it's so cool that they got some like big names to.
Yeah, they did. David Spade was the best, I think. Okay, so what's your favourite video game character? Or video game?
I have a couple. I have an all-time favorite and I have a current favorite. So I'll start with all-time favorite, which you may or may not know. I know I've mentioned it, and I even bought the game for you because I really wanted you to play it.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't remember. That was a while ago. I remember you did buy it, and I appreciated it. And I can't remember the.
Yeah, it was recent-ish.
It was. It wasn't Undertale.
No.
I got that.
I know. Oh, it's there. I can see it. What
Do you want
was
me to
it?
say it?
No. This is going to drive me mad. Wait. Oh, go on, tell me.
It's Skyrim.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I love Skyrim.
That's it, yeah.
I just... What an incredible game. What an incredible game.
It is a very, very good game.
How much have you played of it?
I played a lot a while ago after you got it for me. I did it on streams, and I was going to make a series of it, but yeah, but I did it on streams.
You're gonna need to do another stream of it because I wanna be a part of that and kind of like talk you through some things. Oh my gosh, Skyrim is a great game. It's so cool. It's so hard for me to explain why I love it so much. It's like when I first started playing it, I had gotten an Xbox 360 from a boy I was seeing. I had to buy it from him, but he should have just given it to me because he never used it. But whatever. He was like, play Skyrim, and I was like, I don't really want to. But he kept pushing so hard for me to play Skyrim, so I tried it. I couldn't get into it immediately. It's like, oh my god, this beginning cutscene is so long. What the heck?
I thought that. That's my first opinion
and
as well.
I didn't know where to go when I started because I wasn't sure how the game worked entirely. And then when I first started playing it, I was picking up everything, every basket I could pick up, every clothing item, everything. Anything that said,
pick up. Press E. Yeah.
I use a controller. I use a controller for a lot of things because I'm a console pleb.
Right.
But
console pleb.
Console pleb, yeah, that's what they call us.
Fair enough.
But I didn't understand the mechanics of the game, and I couldn't get into it at first.
No, I couldn't. I was the same.
Yeah, I think several months after he and I had split up, I decided to try it one more time. And I was blown away. I was just amazed at how fucking beautiful this game is. Excuse my language, but
yeah, in terms of the graphics, it's one of the best out there.
Oh, it really truly is. And then they came out with the remastered, and I understand if you play it on PC, you could probably make it just as good as the remastered with the original version. I understand. But for them to come out with that, it was just really cool for me to be like, wow, yes, I bought it. Yeah. I'm terrible. I also bought the remastered version on PC.
Yeah, I mean, if you stand at the edge of mountains on that thing, you feel nervous because it's that realistic that you kind of feel like the reaction to just want to fall off. Yeah,
when I first got into the game, I was afraid of the enemies. I was genuinely terrified of like the skeletons, the draugrs. Oh my gosh, they just freaked me out. I was like, these skeleton things come up at any point. They just pop out of the ground, like, oh my god, or they come up from coffins, and they freaked me out. But now it's like, man, I want to kill all those things. Like
kill them and rob them.
Yeah,
because I'm the good guy.
Right. Currently, I have a Skyrim poster in my room, and it's absolutely beautiful. somebody painted a picture from Skyrim and then made them into posters, and I bought one because it's just incredible. I think Skyrim as a whole is just beautiful, and if I could live in any video game world, that'd be one of my picks, because I definitely want to be a Pokemon master, like, just saying. A lot of people really like the Dark Brotherhood quest line.
Oh yeah, that's the guys that are trying to fight against the good bad guys, aren't they?
The Dark Brotherhood is just a set. They try to assassinate people.
Oh right, fair enough. They're knobs, in other words.
Yeah, they're knobs.
Right.
I finally tried to do the Dark Brotherhood quest line, and I got just about to the end, and I was like, I don't like this one. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody about what happens, but
Dobby dies.
Right, he does.
Dobby dies.
He does.
Yeah.
He dies.
Bellatrix stabs him.
I can't believe that. I'm still upset. I'm a huge Harry Potter fanatic, but
Dobby is happy to be with Harry Potter.
that was so good. Oh my god, that was so good. That was the best Dobby impression I've ever heard.
Really?
I love that. Yes, no, I'm not even kidding.
Harry Potter is with friends.
Dobby, Rowan.
Dobby is free.
I'm crying right now. That was amazing.
I've never tried to do Dobby before.
That was really good. I think it's because you're English, though. I think that your
That's it.
accents automatically sound better because you're English. I think everything automatically sounds better because you're English.
Oh yeah, and Harry Potter's English as well, so that helps.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Skyrim's my favorite. Any issues I have with it? I don't think so. My only thing is I'm bad at video games, so sometimes it's kind of hard for me.
You're amateur at best.
I am amateur at best.
So people watching on both of our videos, comment down below. What's your favourite video game?
For sure, yeah. Let us know.
And why do you like
it? We definitely want to hear about it, and we might one day in a podcast we might read your comments and
give
give
you our opinions on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Daza, how about you do one more video game and then I'll do one more video game. Do
One
your
more video
current
game.
favorite. So say that Spyro was your all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Do your current. What is your very favorite, like, other than Spyro right now?
Good question. I don't play many video games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. What have I played recently? It'd be something on PS2 because I weren't keen on the PS3 games.
I understand.
The only PS3 game I ever played were Modern Warfare 3 or, most of the CODs from that time, and FIFA. FIFA, don't get me on FIFA.
Oh, God, FIFA.
FIFA is the worst game I have ever played in my life. If you've ever seen, Kate and people watching, if you've ever seen my FIFA series, short series I did because it wasn't getting any views, but that's beside the point. I can't fucking stand it. It warranted its own special
It's a
intro.
pain.
It was so bad. EA, I don't want to talk about EA because I don't want to be done for slander. But
Okay.
I'm not keen on their game development style, if you want us to put it that way. It caused me to break my my television. I'll tell you that story. It was
Ooh.
believe it or not, I had what a tea coaster is.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you put the cup of tea on it to protect your table or whatever. And I was just so pissed off at this bloody game. Obvious bullshit. The game was trying to. You always know in FIFA when the game's going to go bad because it clearly wants the other person to keep scoring against you. And
Yeah.
we're talking about football, right? Not soccer, football, proper
Sorry.
football,
Right.
The one where you use your foot on the ball, and that's a running joke with us. Don't worry. And I just got so pissed off. I know I had, when you have to throw something.
Yes.
Well, it was either going to be the controller or the nearest thing I could grab. And I wanted to save that controller because they're quite expensive. So I picked up this tea coaster which was next to me, which I thought was foam. It wasn't, it was wood. But by the time I'd thrown it,
it was
too late. Yeah, because I just didn't think. I just grabbed it and threw it, and then I thought, oh, shit. Massive crack in the television, all the, everything bleeding out of it. The LCD was knackered. And I had to call my mum and my dad out. Called me mum and my dad up. They were out on a dog walk. I said, your telly? He said, yeah. I said,
okay.
I said, I've broken it. He said, what do you mean you broke it? I said, I threw a tea coaster at it and it was broken.
Oh no.
I was playing FIFA and I said, oh, for fuck's sake. But that's the sort of thing that game does to you. People have done a hell of a lot worse. And I can fully understand why. If you've never played the game, you'd be thinking, oh, well, how can just a PlayStation game or an Xbox game, whatever it was, How can that piss you off to that much? It's only a bloody game. Try it. It brings out every primal instinct in you to want to fight.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't mean fight as in protect yourself. I mean fight as in just find any poor bastard and beat the shit out of them. But it always results in expensive casualties, like televisions and tea coasters.
Moral of the story, don't play FIFA.
Don't play FIFA. Well,
All
yeah,
right.
do play FIFA because it's a great game and we don't want EA to be angry at us.
Yeah, no, we love you,
But-
EA.
It's a fantastic game,
Sponsor
best game I've
us.
ever played, but be cautious if you play it.
Right.
Because I don't like it.
Some people like games that will make them mad. I, on the other hand,
I don't understand why.
I don't.
What's your worst game?
My worst game. Okay, I'll talk
least
about
favourites.
this, and then I have two others that I'm like dying. I'm itching to like talk about. My worst game. I just thought of it.
What is it?
I'm choking right now because like it.
You're so excited to tell us how much you hate this game.
I hate this game. Okay, so you know Saints Row, the series, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a parody of GTA.
Yeah.
So when I first got an Xbox 360,
Yeah.
I was probably 16 or almost 17 at that time. And I've killed myself because I freaked out about that game.
You killed yourself because you freaked out.
No, just right now.
I was going to say, because how the hell are you talking to me, you freaky weirdo?
my voice, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, so I got it now.
Okay.
So I played the second one. I had the second
Right.
one loaded on the Xbox. It was, bought digitally.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that game. That's another one of my favorites. It was just a great game all around. I thought it was hilarious. It was fun to play. I had moments where it was kind of hard for me because I had never played a game like that. I'm not really good at shooters, which is ironic because of one of my current favorite games. But it just, I really thought it was an all-around amazing game, and I loved it, and I finished it like really quick, and it took like maybe a couple days for me to actually like finish the whole story and everything, and I adored that game. I thought it was so fun. And I had never played GTA until recently, and I like GTA okay, but it's not Saints Row. It'll never be
No.
Saints Row in my heart.
I've never played Saints Row.
It's great. I really think only the second one. Don't play any
Only
of the
the second
others. Only the
Right.
second one. So I played the second one, and also on that same Xbox was the third one. So I was like, okay, I'll play the third one. I played the third one. I was underwhelmed. I didn't like it
Yeah,
so much.
right.
They tried to improve it by changing the way the characters looked. So
that
one of
ruins
the,
it straight away, doesn't
yeah, one of the main characters, her name was Shandi, and she used to have
Shandi.
dreadlocks and tattoos, and now she looked like a decent human being.
Oh,
Like,
right.
excuse you, get that out. That's not Shandi.
She's a
Anyway.
bitch. Why are you making her look normal?
No, I love Shandi, but like I just hated that like she wasn't Shandi anymore.
Yeah.
And I think even a couple of
was
the other
Shandi.
characters, I don't remember it so much because I didn't like it. What really got me about that game was the very last mission was absolute
Trash?
trash. The last mission was terrible. Basically, I'll just go ahead and spoil this because it's not really a spoiler. The last mission
Spoiler alert, Daz from the future put up a big spoiler alert splashed in front of the screen in
it's
red.
not
and,
much of a spoiler, but all
Oh,
right.
well, we'll do it anyway, Daz.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Anyway, so the last mission you go into space, and you,
Die.
all of you, yeah, everybody dies pretty much. Everybody in your whole team dies in the space, and they make it very dramatic.
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 I say they make it very
dramatize
dramatic.
They dramatize it a little bit in the way that they're like, "Oh no, like
Oh,
they do
yeah.
that. They do that. Yeah, Kool-Aid Man. But anyway, so they do that, and that's fine, I guess. But I didn't like it because then it turned out to all be like a movie script. Like they're filming a movie with this guy who was the main villain of the game. The second was still the best. And then one of my friends, Alex from Birmingham.
Alex from Birmingham, oh yes.
Yeah, the Brummy. Anyway, he was like, hey, let's play multiplayer Saints Row 4. And I was like, heck yeah, let's play multiplayer Saints Row 4. That'll be fun. Oh my god, what a shit game. I never want to see that game again. That game
What
needs
was
to be
that, number
taken off
4?
the shelves. Yes, the fourth one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're the president. You're the president. The first mission starts off, you're in a vat of goo. You were
we
captured
don't
by
have a
aliens.
we don't have a president over here. We have a queen.
So, I just, you're the president, and you're not actually the president. You're in an alternate universe created by aliens. You have
that makes sense.
superpowers. You have superpowers.
That makes sense.
This is the stupidest game. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I freaking hate it. It's so terrible. It completely made a mockery out of the first set of games. Out of the series entirely. I was like, what are you doing? Okay, in the second one, you could play as a toilet and you could hit people with a giant dildo. That's funny.
Have you ever? Do you know the PS1 version of the Planet of the Apes?
I have never heard of it.
Most people's worst PlayStation game of all time. It was diabolical.
Wow.
And it was worse than FIFA in terms of just gameplay and mechanics and everything. FIFA still tops it for me, but this Planet of the Apes game was absolutely phenomenally bad. In the sense that you're up against these big fuck off monkeys, right? Big walking, talking gorillas, which was fair enough because they kept it to the original movies, the one where they had the masks on and such, which is the best. Everyone knows the 60s. Was it 60s? Planet, no, was it 80s?
Something. I think it was more like 80s.
It was 86, wasn't it?
I think so.
Something like that. But everyone knows they're the best movies. As soon as they brought in this computer-generated stuff, it went.
Yeah.
The magic of Planet of the Apes was the masks. But anyway, they made it quite accurate to the game in terms of that. Story-wise, it was absolute bullshit. It was your fists or a bat. No, it was your fists against a monkey with a bat and a gun.
Okay.
And he took about 20,000 hits to die. And if you had like 3 or 4 or 5 bars of health, and as soon as it went down, you had to restart from the last checkpoint. And there are checkpoints every like half an hour.
Wow.
So,
all
if I remember correctly, but it was so shit, just shit.
I understand. I've seen
it was
a lot of games that
shit.
are just bad.
It wasn't bad. It was shit.
I understand.
Want to do the questions?
Yes, I do want to do the questions.
Just to finish off, we decided to just have a look around Yahoo Answers and just come up with 3 questions for each of us. So Kate's going to ask me 3. I'm going to ask her 3. I've got one. I've got a test your knowledge one, just a basic. There's a correct answer. I've got a stupid question, which is stupid, and I've got a question you got to use your brain on, like a philosophical question. So one of each.
So there's one here that I've picked out that I'm probably going to also answer because it feels kind of close to my heart, and I'd like to give some advice to this person and to people in a similar situation. So that's my serious one. I've also got a silly one, and I believe my other one is also a little bit silly, but not quite. It can be serious and silly. In the future, we want to ask people on Twitter and maybe in the comments. You can go ahead and ask us questions you want to know.
Ask us questions. We'll do a Q&A on the next podcast.
Questions. Definitely, we want to know what you guys want to ask us, and we'll answer anything.
We want to know what you want to know.
We want to know what you want to know. So ask us in the comments below.
About us, about anything, about
That
life.
rhymed.
I like to think we're quite intelligent. We can give you life advice. I've done some counselling in the years I've been alive.
All right.
So do you want to start?
I will start with my serious/silly one. So this one says, "Will guys ever like me? I'm really ugly with tiny eyes and I wear glasses. I'm kind of Asian. I don't know how, but okay. And whenever I look in the mirror, I wish I was prettier. Will boys ever like/go out with me?" I would like to hear your opinion on this.
My opinion.
What do you think overall? Like,
how old does it say? How old she is?
I wish it did.
Because I'm pretty sure she'd be teens.
It sounds
14,
young.
14 to 18.
Like, I wasn't really pretty until I was matured, and even now I'm still getting.
The thing is, why worry about it? You are what you are, right?
It's
everybody. Yeah.
it's a girl thing, Daz. Like,
I
honestly,
know.
we worry
It's
so
a-
much about it, but
But the thing is, everybody on Earth, there's 8 point whatever billion people on Earth. Everybody has different opinions of people. Everyone has different things they like, different things they dislike. So the proportions of the people that will like you are phenomenal. But at that sort of age where you'd be worrying about what you look like, you've only seen the people at school. You know, you've only seen people at your Saturday job or whatever. But once you start developing, first of all, you've got to mature a little bit more physically. So your face is going to change tenfold until you're, what's it for females, 24, 23, something like that, when you stop. And at that time, first of all, you're going to look completely different. Every 7 years, every cell in your body dies and is reborn. So essentially, every 7 years, you're a brand new human being. So, of course, you're going to change. But at the age where you stop changing, you're going to be out there working, meeting brand new people, doing brand new things, and there's going to be somebody there that will be interested in you. And if there isn't,
I think you have to learn to be happy with yourself at some point.
that's it. Just
It's
you don't need to be happy with yourself. Just be contented,
Yeah. Well,
because you are what you are.
the same.
There's nothing you can do about it. I don't mean don't go changing your face with plastic surgery or whatever, because that always never mess with nature. You've been evolved for millions and billions of years to be exactly how you are. Don't change it. What do you think you can do in 10 minutes?
I honestly think that this person is probably young, and I felt the same way when I was younger, and I still kind of feel this way. But I realize that I'm growing and I'm aging, and over time I'm gonna get more and more mature, and things are gonna change. And I think that in time they'll kind of grow into themselves. Is how I like to think of it. I had a classmate who always kind of looked like very kind of masculine in the face. And she just was always kind of tomboyish, and she really didn't like it, and she wanted to be more girly, but she just had to play the waiting game, and now she is absolutely gorgeous. I saw her the other day, and she just looks great, and I was so impressed with how she's like grown and changed. And I think that it's going to be the same for this person, and for anybody else who feels this way. Just give it a little bit of time, and think about it this way: the face you have now is the face you wish you'll have in like 30 years.
True.
You'll wish you were young again. You'll wish you looked the way you did.
True.
So,
Yeah.
Be happy with what you have now and
And
enjoy it while it
if you're
lasts.
finding people are taking the mick out of you because of the way you look in school, or if you've got a part-time job there, let them. Let them. You're at the age, as soon as you leave school, you're never going to see these people again. Or unless you've got special friends there, you're never going to see any of these people again. Let them say what they want. Let them bully you. Who gives a crap? Because as soon as you're out of that school, you're out, and they go off. They go off every night and forget that they've said anything to you, because that's the way people like that are. They say something for the thrill of it, or to make themselves look big in front of their mates. Then they go and they forget about it, or they do something else to somebody else and then forget about it that way. And at the end of the day, it's going through school is 13 years of your life compared to the next 80 odd years of your life.
Right.
It's insignificant.
In the grand scheme of things, it really is. It's
It
so
is.
small. It's not the end of the world, and it's not your whole life.
It's not worth brooding over to the point that it ruins the rest of your life.
Definitely not.
That's what I found. When I had problems at school, and I ended up depressed and suicidal over it. And I came out the other end of that, and now you see things in a different light.
Definitely.
And you think, what if I was there? I would have punched the hell out of that guy.
Yeah,
And
I
then
have
just
moments
let
like
him
that
go.
too. I
And
have
just-
moments like
yeah.
that. I think we all do.
You think, why the hell did I let that bother me? I don't see that bloke anymore, and I never will again.
Yeah.
He's moved away 500 miles away or whatever. I don't know what it's, assuming people are in America. Here, 500 miles away would be in the middle of the sea.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, and people like that, people that are just insulting you to either get a rise out of you or to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
They're more insecure than you are. So, like,
And they'll
don't
grow
worry
out of
about
it. They'll grow out
Yeah.
of it.
Eventually, yeah, and then
Yeah.
they'll regret that they did it. I think that any good person would.
Yeah, I
You
mean, they're
know?
just having a different experience than you are going through school. Going through school, the only way they can survive is by preying on those that they see as weaker. That's fair enough, because it's just another way of getting through school. It's not the smartest way, because it's not going to put you in a good light.
Right. Right.
Go through school like I did, you know, nerdy, wouldn't really make friends. I never had friends at school. I had a couple of people who I liked, you know, but not what I call proper friends. Perfectly happy. As soon as I'm out of there, I pretty much said to him, as soon as I'm out of there, you're never going to see me again, I'm out. And that's what I did. And I don't speak to any of them anymore, really.
And you're doing
One or
so
two
well
here and
now.
there. Well, I've owned 2 businesses.
I just really think that
I work full time.
that you're doing so good for yourself. Like, I'm so proud. I just want to say that I'm so proud of Dazza. He's,
Oh, bless you.
you know,
Don't have to be proud of me.
how old are you, Dazza?
I'm 21.
21, and he's already, you know, owned 2 businesses. He's just incredible. Like, the things that you've accomplished in your life, like, and you're so, like, how do I even say it? You're so in tune with everything. Like, you have so much life experience. That's what I'm looking for. And you just, like, if ever I need anything, like, I know I can go to Dazza and I immediately feel better. Like,
I've
immediately.
had people tell me amazing things that I'd never repeat. You know, when I was at school, teachers were telling me their life problems. Seriously.
It's really easy to open up to you, and I think that's why that's probably why we get along so well. Because I mean, like, I
More
don't
than
really like
likely,
to
yeah.
open up too much to other people, and
Nah.
when I do, I kind of like, you know, like half-ass it. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, but I'm a little sad about this. But to you, it's like, the world is ending. This is how I
Yeah.
feel, and you're like, hey, it's all right, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
he's right.
It's temporary.
He's
That's
always
the
right.
thing. The thing you got to remember. Everything in life is temporary. By the definition of life, nothing is stationary. Everything changes all the time. Every second, a cell is dying. A cell is being reborn. Your personality is changing, and every little experience you have, whether you notice it or not. You know, your physical features. If you think you're ugly or whatever, it's not permanent. It will change. But what one person's opinion of what ugliness is different to somebody else's. It's all perceptive, individual perception. There's no one definite, this is pretty, this is ugly. Unless you're talking about health, in which sense, you know, it's unhealthy to be obese, where it's healthier to be, it's very unhealthy also to be very underweight.
Yeah.
But you got to find the median in there, you know, that's a definite. It's definitely more unhealthy to be overweight or underweight.
Yeah,
But in terms of what's attractive, it's all subjective. Each individual person has their own perception. So don't worry, I'm not going to find a boyfriend, I'm not going to find a girlfriend because nobody I've met so far in my life doesn't like me. Someone will. Someone will.
Definitely. There's so many people in the world. You're going to find somebody.
Well, we've spent about 10 minutes on that question. Maybe we should move on to
Yeah,
my one.
let's move on to yours. I think so too.
Right. I'm going to give you the... there's a definite answer to this one.
Okay.
Why is Venus, which rhymes with penis, in case anyone wondered,
Daz.
why is Venus the hottest planet?
Why is Venus the hottest planet? Because girls come from Venus. Boys come from Jupiter to get more stupider, and girls go to Venus to get penis. I don't remember. I think it's boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider, and girls go to college to get more knowledge or something like that.
Yeah.
No, okay, all right. Why is Venus the hottest
why
planet?
Is Venus the hottest planet? See, by
It's
definition,
not.
It is. But
Is
you
it
would've thought
really? Oh, is it because of the
logically, yeah.
gas, or
You'd have thought logically the hottest planet would be what?
yeah, the closest to the sun?
Mercury.
So
Yeah.
Mercury, yeah.
As you would think. However, Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. In fact, the question is, why is Venus the hottest planet? Well, it's not. It's the hottest planet maybe in our solar system. There's going to be much hotter
Right.
planets out there.
Definitely.
Venus. Do you know why Venus is the hottest planet?
The gases?
Yeah, its
you
atmosphere is so thick that it absorbs every piece of ultraviolet radiation that comes out of the sun, and it doesn't let it escape. So
Yeah.
it's constantly warming and warming the temperatures of the surface of Venus. I think, is it a gas planet only? Is there a surface? I don't know. But the atmosphere of it is so dense, so thick, that it traps all the UV radiation in and doesn't let any out, so it's constantly being heated. It's a self-managing heater, effectively, an oven.
That's crazy, yeah.
So that's the correct answer to that one.
I like that one. All right. Shall I go for the next one?
Yeah.
This one is the silly one. I saw this and it made me giggle. I think Daz actually already heard me say this one.
I did.
So this says, shoved a cucumber up my butt?
Yeah, right.
Don't. That's my answer.
Don't. Yeah.
Definitely don't.
That hole's for things to come out of, not to go into.
Definitely not. And
I mean, if you're into
they have
that
things
sort of thing,
for that. They have things for that, but not.
If you're into that
cucumbers.
sort of thing, go for it. You know, I'm not
Don't
saying
do
don't
a
go for it. I'm just saying
I would say don't do a cucumber. I would say use
don't do it
something
with a
safer.
You don't know what sort of bacteria is on a cucumber.
Definitely, even if you wash
To start
it, like,
off
just
with,
please don't.
exactly. Pesticides. To start off with, it's food, so things are going to be living on it.
Mm-hmm.
The pesticides people use, it's probably not good for the interior walls of your colon to start with.
Yeah.
If you have IBS, definitely don't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because
no,
I've
for
got
sure.
that and it sucks.
I do as well, actually.
Yeah, I know loads of people that do. Loads of people I know do. So yeah, do not stick a cucumber up your back passage.
Definitely not.
Or your front passage if you're a female, because again,
Or yeah, to pesticides and
infections.
stuff. Definitely don't do that.
nah. Right, my next question. I shall do my stupid question.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Are you a banana because you look appealing?
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask my final, and then we'll take it to you, and you can do your final. Okay. So this one says, this one's pretty close to my heart, so I'm gonna help you answer this one, like we've been doing. It seems like.
Do I need your help to answer theoretical questions?
It's anyway. It says, my boyfriend cut himself because of me. Please help.
Right.
This is basically. She says, I'm an 18-year-old girl and my boyfriend is 26. We were having sex and he wanted to do anal with me. He asked if he can do it, and I didn't really give him an answer. And apparently he yelled at her and sorry, take that back. She yelled at him to stop, and she said that she never raises her voice. She turned on her side and started sobbing, and he was very apologetic and looked very upset and mad at himself. They didn't talk for about an hour. He kept calling himself an idiot and cried. Then he said he said that he was worried that she was going to leave him and was begging her to stay, and he was saying things like, I'm nothing without you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, etc. And apparently he cut his wrist 6 times over this. My thoughts on this is an extremely abusive relationship. I've been in something similar before where I didn't want to do something and somebody got upset and decided that it would be a good idea to threaten to harm themselves. Just to make me feel guilty so that I would do what they wanted. I did not give in. I told them that I was a little harsh about it because I was done. I was fed up. I was like, do it. I don't care. Because it was very, very insensitive and unfair of them to say something like that in order to try to get me to do what they wanted. And I think that in any situation like this, step 1 is to get out. And if you really care for this person, maybe find them some help, but really just get out of this relationship. Like, it's really unhealthy. And I mean, even if you only get out while they have, while they're getting help, maybe, I understand, like, you care for somebody and it's very hard to just kind of like up and leave, but I just, I hate to see anybody in a situation like this where they feel where they feel vulnerable and they feel like they have to do something because their partner's going to hurt themselves, and that's very, very unfair. So I think step 1 is to get out. Step 2 is maybe get them help or just stay away from them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have said. Step 1, get the hell out, because that's dangerous. And
it really is.
If they're threatening, if they've actually done it, it's a different story. If they're threatening to harm themselves, they're basically saying it's your fault because you'll make me feel like this. That's emotional blackmail to start with.
Yeah, it's completely abusive. It's
the
terrible.
hell out. Get the hell out as soon as you see any signs. If they actually start physically harming themselves, to begin with, my advice would be don't feel responsible for that. And the reason is, if that's how they deal with it, fair enough, that's up to them. But it's clearly dangerous, and that's not up to
It's-
you to fix. That's up to themselves.
It's
or
very
the- or the
toxic
parents.
behavior. It's very toxic behavior, and
Yeah, and I can sympathise. I was there with a knife to my neck several years ago because, well, we'll go into that some other time. That's anxiety and depression and years of bullying and things like that.
we'll get
But
into there.
We'll get into that, and that's. But I've mentioned that I've had that sort of stuff happen on my channel, and I can sympathise that when you get to that level where you're willing to do that, it's desperate, and it's at that time where logical thinking doesn't apply anymore. That part of your brain switches off and you go full animal, and you just do what you do on the whim of the moment. I never hurt myself, I never cut anything. I was just stood there with a knife to me neck, and I knew I wasn't going to do anything because I was terrified. What happens after? What's going to happen after I die? Is that it? Cease to exist forever and ever? That's terrifying. So I didn't do anything. I knew I wouldn't have done anything, but I was there, and I had that feeling that I can sympathise with the guy. But first thing, get out, protect yourself. If he's willing to hurt himself, you don't know. If he's in that sort of a mental stability, as I say, the logical part of your brain switches off. You don't know how he's going to be like a Rottweiler. He's going to be completely driven by emotion, and you don't know if he's going to hurt himself or other people. And he could be the nicest guy in the world. I'm not saying it's that he's violent or whatever, but in that situation, you don't think, you just act. That could be anyway. I became extremely violent towards my mum. I mean, not extremely violent. I wouldn't hit her or anything, but I had her pinned up against the wall saying, "I'm not going to school," which is where it got me, and I'd never do that. But that part of your brain, the human part, switches off, and you just act on pure emotion.
You become like an animal. Like
you
it's
do.
primal. Yeah.
But you'll find cutting themselves is a cry for help. They don't actually want to end their life. They just want.
Yeah, I
just
find
doing
that
it because-
unless they actually do it, like they didn't.
If they're in that sort of a situation, as I say, you've developed for millions and billions of years. You've evolved to prevent yourself from dying. So if you're willing to take your knife and put yourself in that sort of a risk, then the whole mindset that's developed to stop yourself from dying is now not active, and it's pure emotion-driven action, and that's when it becomes dangerous. In that sense, that's when they need to get help. But don't feel responsible for it, because if you do, it's just going to drag your life down. It's not going to help them, because you're not responsible. You didn't put the knife to his wrist and cut. That was his decision to do that, and he's his own bloke. So make sure, encourage him to get help. You won't be able to help him. You won't be able to force him to get help. It's up to him. But if he doesn't accept it, then that's out of your hands. It's up to the parents and himself to do it. I did it. Everybody can do it. But the problem is, you'll find many people don't open up to being this way inclined. They think it's embarrassing, or people think they're loony, and they don't tell anybody. And because they don't tell anybody, no one knows. Because no one knows, no one helps. And because no one helps, suicide ensues.
Yeah.
So always be open about this stuff. Giving advice to the bloke. If you're in that sort of relationship where that sort of thing causes you to feel these depressive thoughts, first of all, tell someone straight away, your parents or a friend or someone, and don't worry about getting help. Don't think it's because you're mentally disabled. You're not. You're just in a different mindset to everybody else. There's nothing wrong with it, but it just needs. If you're not happy, help. Get someone to help you get happy again, and don't be embarrassed about it, because it's natural. It's something people don't think. They think it's abnormal to be mentally disturbed like that. It's perfectly natural.
Definitely.
It's perfectly natural. If it wasn't natural, it wouldn't happen. It's natural for you. You might have been born with a chemical imbalance which makes you mentally unhealthy, but that's your nature. You can't do anything about that. Be embarrassed about having white or black skin or whatever, because it's the same thing. You can't help it. You're born black or you're born white. You're born with good mental situations. You're born with bad mental situations. It doesn't matter. Tell people and get yourself help.
Great advice from Daza. I thought that was good. All right. Do you want to do your last one?
I've done that speech many times before. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I've heard it a few times.
Now this is an opinion-based one for you.
Okay.
What is your opinion on aliens and/or UFOs?
Oh man, I believe that aliens exist, but I don't think that they've ever visited Earth.
I'm exactly the same.
I think that they exist, but I think they haven't visited Earth yet. I believe we'll find them someday, but
So what do you think
maybe
about
not
these
in this lifetime.
What do you think about these UFO visions?
Oh man,
visitors, I was gonna say.
there's something I need to say, but like at the same time, I'm not sure if I should say it on this podcast.
No, I wouldn't. I know the story, but
I've told you, haven't I?
yeah, but I wouldn't.
Right.
No.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of like most people won't believe it, but you know. But I just really don't think that aliens have visited the Earth yet.
And most people are probably left by now, bored shitless.
Who cares? This is for us.
If you made it all this way through, well done. Put a comment saying you made it all the way through.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about that.
And don't forget your Q&A questions to ask us for the next one and what sort of subject we should cover.
Definitely ask us some questions and leave us comments on how you think this went. Any suggestions you have?
Yeah.
For topics.
To finish off, do we want to do one of these Mad Libs? We got a few Mad Libs here that we were going to do in case we ran out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
So do you want to just finish it? Right. Do you want to do one of mine or shall I do one of yours?
It is up to you.
You can do one of mine because I've got pen and paper here.
All right, sounds good.
Right, so pick a number 1 through 3. I've got them all laid out here.
2.
Middle one. Okay. Let's do this one. Right, so I'm going to say what sort of word I need, and you're going to fill it in for me. Right.
Yes.
I need a friend's name.
We'll pick Braden.
Braden. Okay. A number.
8.
A vehicle.
Let's go for our Ford Focus.
Yeah, good.
Daz and I both have a Ford Focus.
What about a Ford Focus Z-Tech X? Z-Tech S, sorry.
Let's just leave it at Ford Focus.
Okay, need an adjective.
An adjective is...
A describing word.
It describes a person, place, or thing, right?
Yeah.
Describes a noun.
Yeah.
Skinny.
Skinny.
Yeah.
Another adjective.
Pretty.
Okay, a verb ending in ing.
A verb, bouncing.
Need an animal.
An animal? About a chicken.
A chicken.
Yeah.
I thought you said a bowel, and I was going to say, but you said a bowel.
No. How about a chicken?
And another adjective. Past tense verb, so ed did something.
Exploded.
Right. I'm not reading it as I'm going along, by the way, so I've got bloody good.
We'll be surprised.
A past tense verb, ed.
Past tense verb.
Equivalent. Oh, sorry, I missed one. Adjective.
Oh, an adjective. Okay. How about big?
Big.
Big.
Big. Okay. Past tense verb then.
Past tense verb. How about ran? Oh wait, does it have to be ed?
No.
Okay, so ran.
As long as it's past tense, right? And another past tense verb.
Jumped.
A place. I suppose anywhere in the world or in
Beijing, China.
Beijing. I'll just put Beijing because there's not enough space.
That's fine.
Beijing, China. Oh no, I can't put Beijing, China.
That doesn't matter.
China. And a verb finally.
And a verb.
A verb.
How about? What's a good verb? How about?
Yes, because verbs can be good or bad.
Well, I just feel like
just a verb, woman.
I'm sorry.
That's actually a good and bad verb.
How about climb?
Right. Okay. Here we go.
I'm excited.
This is my trip to Disney World.
Oh God.
That's the one with the dodgy Mickey Mouse picture that I was saying about.
Oh, that's
like
right.
Been done in paint. Three black circles are completely disproportionate.
I think Braden and I are actually going to go to Disney this summer, so this is good.
Last month, I went to Disney World with Braden. We travelled for 8 hours by Ford Focus. Finally, we got there, and it was very skinny. There were pretty people bouncing everywhere. There were also people dressed up in chicken costumes. I wish it had been more fluffy, but we exploded anyway. We also went on some big rides called Magic Noun. Huh?
Magic noun? Was there supposed to be a noun in there?
It looks like it. It's not underlined. Oh, well,
that's funny.
It's called the Magic Noun, right?
Yeah, sure.
Braden nearly fell off a ride
and he had to be ran. Later, we went to the hotel and jumped. That's it. That's that sentence. Next year, I want to go to Beijing or China, where we can climb.
Okay.
The end.
That was cute. I like that one.
That was very, very tame of you. I would have gone a lot more offensive. There'd be things like sperm in there and
I
testicle.
know there would, Dazza. I know
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, right.
All
Okay,
right.
so that's my trip to the
That's
skinny
Disney
Disney World,
World.
which should have been more fluffy.
Which should have been more fluffy.
Yeah, but it's
Right.
okay because we exploded.
All
And then
right.
jumped at the hotel. Right, cool.
So thanks everybody for watching our very first podcast. We're so excited
Yeah.
to see you back next time. We don't have a set schedule for this yet.
No.
We probably
If and when
won't.
we can.
We probably won't have a schedule. We'll just do it if and when we can. We'll try to
Hmm.
make one when we're free. Maybe every week. Maybe every other week.
We
No
can aim for every
promises.
Sunday.
We're gonna try every Sunday, but we'll
Yeah, we'll see. It depends what we got on.
see. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Okay, you can do
this
the
is
outro.
good. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to leave comments down below of questions, things you want us to talk about. Let us know what games were your favorite or your least favorite.
And
We might address them.
answer any questions we asked you
Oh,
to
yeah,
answer in the comments because
definitely.
we can't remember what they were.
Definitely not.
Something. What was your favourite game and worst game and some crap like that?
Yeah, there's more. If you watched all the way through, you'll know.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you next time. I was Spaz.
Yeah, we're doing that really. I was
No.
Daz,
All right. See you
and
guys
this
later.
was a shit outro.
Bye.
See you in the next one.